Welcome to Passion for the Pastime, where baseball lives 24/7, 365. Catch conversations with beat writers, broadcasters, current and former players of all levels. Now here's your host,
Walter Balsetta. Whoops, I fumbled. I got to get out of here.
Walter Balsetta.
Yo, what is up? Hold on, I think the mic is muted again. Yo, what is up, everybody? That's take number 2. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Passion for the Pastime here on a Wednesday. Yes, 3 days in a row. Yeah, you know it. We're doing it. Look, I told you guys I wasn't going to do I don't want to get everyone overly excited, right? And welcome back to Passion for the Pastime. If you guys are in here for the first time, my name is Walter Ikawa-Seta. I currently work at KMBR for the midday shows with Greg Silver and Greg Papa. We'll be actually live at the patio tomorrow. We're going to do a Passion for the Pastime show live from the patio tomorrow around 9 o'clock. Hopefully everything, connection wise, because I got, we got to prepare for a broadcast at 10 o'clock. Hopefully everything goes smoothly in the morning so we can get to you live at 9 o'clock. It'll kind of fluctuate. So you guys bear with me, set the notifications, hit the like button, and subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss out a second of the fun. But let me just say really quickly, because I know I told you guys the first day that I came back that I wasn't going to do this on a regular basis, and I still stand behind that. But what has happened since we came back, there has been a lot of talking points that I just need to get off of my chest with the San Francisco Giants. Wasn't planning on doing a show today, but hey, we had some breaking news right before actually Papa and Silver started this morning at 10 o'clock. I think the news came in roughly around like 9:30, something like that, with LaMonte Wade Jr. getting DFA'd. And we had the news yesterday that we didn't get into, or maybe we didn't. No, we didn't get into because I didn't know it at the time. Because now I'm in the home studio. Yesterday, you guys let me know how it went down with me in the car. But yeah, you never know where I'm gonna pop up and do a live show here on Passion for the Pastime. So again, set those notifications and get ready for the fun. But today, why we're doing a show today is because LaMonte Wade Jr. got DFA'd. We also know that Bryce Eldridge got called up to Sacramento, AAA Sacramento. So we'll talk about that as well. We'll get into all of these storylines going into the Giants. And, outside of the fact that they are still winless against the San Diego Padres, got another game tonight. You got Kyle Harrison on the mound going up against Nick Pivetta for the San Diego Padres. It's going to be a really interesting matchup, to say the least. Kyle Harrison, he has given up a couple of bombs to some of the big boppers in the San Diego Padres lineup with Manny Machado. I believe Xander Bogaerts got one off of him, and definitely Fernando Tatis Jr. Went yard on him as well. So it's going to be a really interesting matchup. See if Kyle Harrison can kind of keep the string of good starts for these starters, but that hasn't been the storyline. I mean, we all know the storyline. The Giants offense has not been able to connect in quite some time. I think we're going, I mean, obviously we kind of talked it back last podcast when we were in the home studio. The last time that they scored any good offense was against the A's like 3 Fridays ago. I forget what the date it was, but it was their last homestand. It just has not gone the way that you would want things to go for this Giants offense, and they're trying to mix things up. We have all these moves that went down. Obviously, LaMonte Wade Jr. was the big headliner piece with the DFA earlier this morning, but Sam Huff was also included in that. Christian Koss got sent to Sacramento, so there's a lot of roster turnover right now, a little bit of a shakeup with Buster Posey, and this is kind of his first mark as being a president of baseball operations, trying to see what they have, right? I mean, he came out and spoke with the media earlier today, and we'll talk about some of the comments that he made. Pull it up here shortly. But we'll say hi to everybody before we get into all of that. I actually got to make sure that we're streaming live on Facebook. We are live on Twitch, or I'm sorry, not Twitch. We are live on Twitter/X and YouTube. But let me go ahead and make sure that we got everything up and operational here, because for some reason when I fire it off, it goes into a private mode on what's it called on Facebook. So I don't know why it does that, but let's go ahead and try to change that while I am talking to you guys live right now. So bear with me 1 second. Edit the post. Can I make it? Well, I can't do it right now, so we'll do it later. But what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Passion for the Pastime. Buster Posey spoke after making his big shakeup, his big roster shakeup. Obviously, he brought in Dominic Smith, who was once a member. I believe he was on the Mets, right? He was on the Mets for quite some time. Was recently on the Yankees AAA squad over there in Scranton. Cue the Office music. So he was out there. I think he played in. I was looking at it a little bit earlier. I think it was 45 games, hit eight bombs, somewhere around like mid-20s RBIs, but the OPS is I think it was like 730. So we'll get the exact numbers here in just a little bit. But what's up, everybody? Welcome in to Passion for the Pastime. Again, we are here. It's not going to be a regular thing. Like I said, it's going to be sporadic. But you know, when I got something to say, we're going to say it. We're going to do it. So remember to set those notifications and be here so you don't miss a second of the action. Again, tonight, the Giants going up against the San Diego Padres. 33-28 are the San Francisco Giants. So they are still above 500, but not playing good ball as of late. And then you look at the San Diego Padres, 35-24, currently in second place in the National League West. So we'll talk about that matchup, but we'll talk about all the moves as well. But really quickly, let's get on out to you guys. Let's go say what's up. Heyo, what's up? Rockin' New Era. Good to see you in here, man. The first comment of the day, and to follow that heyo up, what is this? Is this a streak? Is Walter officially back? I'm officially back, baby. I'm officially back, and I'm hoping these positive vibes that I'm bringing here to Passion for the Pastime, I'm hoping that it carries over to the freaking Giants offense, because obviously their offensive woes that hasn't coincided with the disappearance of me. I think my disappearance was much longer than the Giants offense as of late. So hopefully, with me popping back up, that can spark a little bit of offense for the San Francisco Giants. We'll have to see moving forward. But AJ Cruz, what's up? AJ Cruz is here for it. What is up? Anthony Marakovich, the last name that I love to say. Anthony Marakovich, good to see you in here. What is up, Anthony? We're going to talk some Giants baseball here in just a little bit. Rockin' New Era patio is how Derek would say it. That is exactly how he would say it. No T's in Derek's vocabulary. Let's see what else we got going on here. We got the recovery 716. I liked Wade, but it was time for a change. Shame it didn't work out. Yeah, man, 100%. I mean, for Giants fans, it's a little bit of a weird weird thing to experience, right, with LaMonte Wade Jr., and especially with this era of Giants fans, because everyone always wants to go back to thinking about the World Championship era San Francisco Giants, right? The 2010s, 2012s, 2014s. I mean, we were loving life. We were loving every second of what it meant to be a Giants fan. And then there was the bad years, right? I mean, there was the kind of the fizzle out of the championships and the transition. Then we got into the Farhan era, and LaMonte Wade Jr. came in here, and he was an integral part. Late night Lamont was part of that 2021 Giants team. I mean, it was a historical year. No matter if, everyone wants to call it the biggest anomaly in sports, right? To win 107 and to go down to the wire with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Obviously, it didn't end in a storybook ending. They went to the playoffs to play the Dodgers and lost that series. So it didn't end up how Giants fans would want to remember it. But that season was special. I mean, it was a hell of a fun ride. And also, when you factor in, like, that was smack in the middle of the Farhan era, that might be the one moment, the 1 year where we just loved life again, right? I mean, we remembered how it felt to be Giants fans. We remembered how it felt to be winners in that season. And LaMonte Wade Jr. was a huge part of it. And you just loved to see, his story. I mean, he was kind of bouncing around. I believe he came from Baltimore, right? He didn't really get an opportunity there. Was it Baltimore? No, I think it was the Twins actually. I think I'm mixing him up with Mike Yastrzemski because they have kind of a similar career trajectory. Which hopefully, I don't know if that's a writing on the wall for Mike Yastrzemski. What that means with the DFA of LaMonte Wade Jr. If that means anything for Mike Yastrzemski, we'll get into that in a little bit. But just thinking about LaMonte Wade Jr., I mean, he gave us a lot of good memories, right, for San Francisco Giants. And if you were in attendance and if you were watching Giants games over late night, LaMonte, that was a legitimate thing. I mean, he had an aura about him when he came up to plate late in the games. He had an aura about him that you just had this belief, especially in 2021. You just had this belief that he was going to pull it out, and the Giants would end up being victorious. I mean, we saw that so much. That's why the birth. I call them late night LaMonte first. It was my idea. That's my papa. Anyway, we'll get a papa cameo tomorrow at the patio. Got to slow down. I'm talking too fast for you guys. I'm excited. I'm excited to be back in the studio. But yeah, so late night LaMonte, just going back to the recovery, what they said there, I think a lot of Giants fans did like LaMonte Wade, but if I'm being if I'm being honest, last year when LaMonte Wade Jr. was doing his thing and when he was, the on base machine and all that kind of stuff, I wanted the Giants to trade him at that moment. I thought that was going to be, that's his peak. That is where he could have been. I don't know if it was a difference maker is the name, but if he could have been a piece on a championship roster if you were to send him somewhere else last year. But obviously they didn't do that. They held on to him. Maybe the price for the Giants, maybe it just wasn't there. Maybe the offers weren't there for LaMonte Wade Jr. Maybe other teams were kind of looking at LaMonte and like saying, no, we're not going to pay that price. I don't know. I don't know what the conversations were, but I mean, you look at the on base percentage of what he was doing last year for the early success. I mean, things were going good up until he got injured, and then that's where all the injuries started to pile up for the Giants, and there just wasn't cohesiveness with the lineup, and nobody was able to get on base like LaMonte Wade Jr. So he did a lot of great things as a San Francisco Giant. Don't discredit him for that. So yeah, it is a shame that it didn't work out, but I mean, it's kind of I think that the shelf life of LaMonte Wade Jr., I think it kind of ran its course, right? I think it kind of ran its course to this point, and that's why he got DFA'd. We'll see if he stays around in the organization. We'll see if he has a future with the San Francisco Giants, or we'll see if he goes elsewhere. So we'll have to follow that for sure. But in the corresponding moves, we had Dominic Smith, who used to be he's a power bat for sure. I want to say he used to be on the Mets for certain. I'm trying to remember what his career trajectory has been since then, because he was on the Mets quite a time ago. Let me go ahead and see. Yeah, he was on the Mets in 2019. Then he went to, it looks like, Washington. He was with Boston for a little bit, and then Cincinnati. Yeah, so he's kind of like bounced around quite some time. But his latest numbers in AAA, in the International League for the Yankees in Scranton, he played in 45 games, 189 ABs, or I'm sorry, plate appearances, 165 ABs, and then he ended up getting 8 home runs, 28 RBIs, and batting average 255. So it's a little low, right? But the OPS is definitely the number that you want to see here. You want to see him get on base and keep the line moving, right? It's 782. That's what he was doing in AAA in the International League. So we'll have to see how that translates over. He will be getting the start, and we'll get to the lineup here shortly. Trying to pull up everything before I get out and say hello to everybody else, just talking about all the roster moves for the San Francisco Giants prior to game start tonight. Again, first pitch is at 6:45. Looking at the lineup today for the Giants, Dominic Smith is going to be batting. It looks like he's batting 5th. So he's brought in here to do one thing, and that is to drive in runs. That is to get some offense going. Giants, Buster Posey, he's trying, man. They are trying to generate anything, any possible thing. And it's kind of telling that Dominic Smith is hitting ahead of Willy Adames. I mean, where Willy Adames is right now, he's just on an island, man. Like, it does not look good. The other night, he got walked. That was extremely shocking that the Padres did that was to walk Willy Adames. Obviously, it was to get to, I believe it was Casey Schmidt. So, yeah, okay, I understand the thinking there, but Willy Adames hasn't done anything in quite some time. So the fact that you look at the lineup here, and I'll go through it really quickly. But Dominic Smith batting 5th, Willy Adames batting 6th. The rest of the lineup, we got Elliot Ramos batting 1st, batting leadoff. In left field, got Jung-Hoo Lee batting 2nd, Wilmer Flores batting 3rd, Matt Chapman batting 4th. Dominic Smith batting 5th. At first base, Willy Adames batting 6th at shortstop. What was his name? Daniel Johnson. Daniel Johnson batting 7th in right field. Patrick Bailey batting 8th at catcher, and batting 9th, Tyler Fitzgerald at second base. So now that we got all that taken care of, let's go back out to the YouTube chat, say what's up to everybody, see how everyone is doing today. Matt checking in on Derek's lack of T's in his vocabulary. Mad Chapman is how Derek would say it. Yes, that is exactly how he would say the name. Positive. That is how, you know what? I think I say positive. Positive. Does anyone pronounce their T's now that I think about it? Does anyone say their T's the way that we're supposed to? But let's see what else we got going on here. Walter is freed. Hell yeah, Anthony. What's up, man? Good to see you in here for sure. Victor, good to see you in here again. I know we were talking in the KMBR chat a couple of days ago, and I think you popped in towards the end of the comeback show. End of the comeback show. Walter, welcome, bro. Yeah, welcome in, Victor. Good to see you in here as well. Rocket New Era. Wade went from late night Lamont to late slop Lamont. Yeah, no, I mean that's a good one. What was it? I forgot the phrase that Papa was saying all day. He went from late night Lamont to late swing Lamont or something like that. I don't know. I got a good chuckle out of it from Papa earlier today. Let's see what else we got going on here. Baseball, the game of life. Hell yeah, dude. For sure. Lamont will land in a good spot. I don't know. Are other teams interested in LaMonte Wade Jr.? I mean, you figure he'll probably get a spot somewhere, and I don't know if that's in Sacramento or elsewhere. I don't know. It's going to be really interesting to see what other teams value in LaMonte Wade Jr. But let's see. Yeah, kind of sad to see how he faded away. And look at me. I did not grab a water. I thought I learned from my first show doing it, and I need, you need to lather up the mouth a little bit when you keep talking. I do not have a water, so maybe I'll step away for when I do need it. I don't need it right now. I mean, we're rolling right now. So what's up, everybody? Victor chiming in. Yep, Wade started great. Yeah, Wade started to fade at the end of last season. He just couldn't find the. Yeah, man. LaMonte Wade Jr. It's been a long time coming, and quite frankly, what's really interesting about this move and why it came right now, right? If the Giants were playing worse baseball than they were right now, and I strictly mean it by a record base, right? If they were playing right around 500 or flirting with 500, I think that a move might have been made prior, right? And now we're starting to see, because LaMonte Wade Jr. was a teammate of Buster Posey. And Buster Posey did talk about that with, let me go ahead and pull it up from Shanna Rubin, because she put it out there with how he feels about LaMonte Wade Jr., because it was tough. I mean, he was a teammate of Buster at one point. So it gets really interesting. So this is what Buster Posey had to say. I don't have the audio for you, so my apologies, but this is per Shayna Rubin, Buster Posey on the decision to DFA LaMonte Wade Jr. And Buster Posey says, one of the trickier things for me is that there's still guys on the team that I played with. I had a different relationship with them as a player than I do now, but I still consider Lamont a buddy. So it wasn't an easy thing to do, but we got to get some offense going. So Buster Posey being cutthroat, DFAing a former teammate of him, a buddy. What does that mean for other guys on the roster, right? I mean, looking at just in particular, specifically players that were teammates with Buster Posey. I'm going straight to, I mean, we talked about it earlier a little bit. I'm going straight to Mike Yastrzemski. I mean, what does that mean, especially with what's his name, Daniel Johnson, especially with Daniel Johnson coming in here, which is also an interesting thing that you get all these guys that get called up, and I'll pull up the press release here shortly. But you look at the move that took place. There are different looks where the Giants are looking and expanding at what they have in the organization that weren't only like from within. Like they're looking outside. They went and got Dominic Smith. They didn't have anything else in AAA. They didn't I think that tells you how they feel about the AAA roster, about their minor league system right now. When you look at what they did with the roster moves. So it's really interesting. It's kind of telling. I mean, you don't want to look too deep into it, but I mean, you look at Daniel Johnson. Like Daniel Johnson has bounced around. He wasn't a homegrown type talent for the Giants. And you look at what's his name? Oh, I got Rockin' calling me right now. I was gonna pull up the press release, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But really quickly, we gotta go to the phone lines. The cruise line is open. The cruise line is operational. Gotta remind you guys, the phone number is 925. Ooh, damn! It's been a while. I think Rockin' just hung up. Rockin', you just hang up on me? Rockin', what the hell you doing, bro? Rockin', call back. What are you doing? 925-392-5348. That is, again, 925-392-5348. Rockin' did give me a call, but he hung up. So I don't know what Rockin' is attempting to do right now. He's no, damn it, you, Rockin'. What do you mean? Call back, bro. Call back. I had you on the phone. I didn't get to you yet. Did I hang up on you accidentally? Go ahead and give me a call back. The cruise line is open and operational. You better call back because I because I was trying to pull up the press release. So now I'm just flustered, Rockin'. You got to go ahead and give me a call back, bro. But while we wait for that, let me go ahead and look up the press release really quickly. The roster moves. Yeah, so if you guys don't know, Christian Koss was optioned to AAA Sacramento. LaMonte Wade Jr. and Sam Huff were designated for assignment. Dominic Smith signed a 1-year contract with the Giants, and Andrew Kisner and Daniel Johnson were selected from AAA. And we'll get into a little bit more on that in just a little bit, but we're going to go out to the cruise line. We're going to go out to the phone line and talk with our guy, Rockin'. Rockin', are you there?
Hey, yo.
Hey,
yo. Pick up.
Dude, what happened, bro? Did you did I hang up on you, or did you hang up on me?
No, dude, it went to your voicemail where the lady kicked in. Like, this number is not available at the moment.
What lady? What lady were talking about?
Where you leave a voicemail.
The
machine or whatever.
Got you. I was like, dude, did I forward you to my
Harmony or whatever? I don't know what you want.
Yeah, dude. I was like, did I forward you to my secretary? I didn't even know I had a secretary. Who were you talking to? All right, Rockin'. What's up,
Maybe,
bro?
I don't know.
What's up, dude? I haven't talked to you in a minute, dude. What's up?
Dude, last time I spoke to you, you had me on hold for like 20 minutes, and then you disappeared for 2 months.
Dude, I know. Hey, look, see, that was the shame of me. That was the shame of me. I did have you on hold for 20 minutes. What was I even talking about at that point? I like forgot you were on hold for 20. Look, good for you for holding for 20 minutes, bro.
You picked up and you kept talking. I was like, okay. You went on a Papa rant, so I was like, okay, I'll let him go.
That sounds like me. Yeah. Whenever I go on for 20 minutes, that's me channeling my inner Papa, 100%. But what's up, dude?
You had to get your taste off, I'll tell you. You had to get your taste off, Walter. You learn from the best.
I can't be bothered by Rockin' New Era and his hats. I need to get off these takes of the Giants.
I don't want this hat tag, Walter. I have my own mistreated hats over here.
Oh, thank you, dude. Oh man, dude, good to hear your voice. Good to talk to you. I know we'll meet up here in in a couple of weeks or so, we'll get out to Del Cielo, and everyone else in the YouTube chat is invited as well. Otis, I see Otis in here. I see Otis with that smile. What's up, Otis? Good to see you in here, man. Yeah, everybody is invited to the Del Cielo get-togethers, passion for the pastimers. But Rockin', how you doing, bro? Congratulations. Hold on, I buried the lead. Congratulations to you and your wife, man. You got married since the last time I talked to you.
Yes, I'm a married man. Last time I spoke to you, I was not married.
Yeah,
but thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You had a whole ass yeah, that's a great way of breaking it down. You had a whole ass bachelor party and a whole ass wedding that I'm sure that my invitation was lost in the mail.
I couldn't get your address. I tried to find your car, and I couldn't even find your car as well.
Oh, dude. Oh, because you know what my car looks like. Because you're the one that broke my window. The confession is...
No, that was Greg Silver. Remember?
Yeah, I know. Greg Silver. We were trying to pin the car break-in on Greg Silver. Get him in some trouble there. Yeah.
Or it might have been Danny Dunn with his batarang. Remember?
It could have been Danny Dunn. Yeah, you saw that batarang when we had him on there. That thing could do some damage, bro. That thing could do some. We got to have Danny Dunn on there again and see what other superhero gadgets he has lying around his room.
Maybe he has a katana sword or something, or some nunchuck.
Oh, dude, he definitely has a lightsaber. He has to have a lightsaber in that room. 1,000%. He has to have a lightsaber in that room.
Well, it's nice to hear you. Nice to have you back.
Yeah, dude.
Nice to have the cruise
the
line
cruise
back.
line, baby. Yeah, no, it feels good to be back, man. I mean, it feels good. Like I said in my comeback, I don't know if you were in the show or if you watched it back, but pretty much, I mean, I missed you guys. I missed the YouTube chat. I missed the pastimers and how we all get together. So I genuinely do. And you know me, Rockin'. I wear it on my sleeve. I'm not gonna say anything I don't mean. I genuinely did miss everybody that's in the YouTube chat right now and who stopped by the podcast. 100%.
You talking about Monday's show?
Yeah. When I was talking about missing everybody.
Oh yeah, I caught it after I got home from the game. That's why I wasn't on, because I was on my way to the Giants game.
That's right, dude. Hold on. Now we gotta get into your fandom, the Giants. I mean, which one hurt more? The game, obviously you were at the game on Monday, but last night kind of pissed you off a little more, didn't it?
There's two different ways of pissing you off, pretty much.
Yeah, I know, man. Oh my God. Yeah, you had to be really upset leaving the ballpark on Monday night.
So Matt Cain all over again. Damn, we got caned again. Of course. Well, I was what was that? I was 4-0 at that point going to Giants games, and of course, I had to risk it on a web start.
Oof. Yeah, you know Pat H, bro. You know Pat H. Pat H was undefeated, I think.
Until the playoffs, and then what's the point of that?
I mean, you bring up a good point. You bring up a good point. I don't know if Pat H is in the YouTube chat. He needs to defend himself. I don't know where he is. He's probably hanging out with Dirty Work. Dirty Work. Actually, Dirty Work just wrapped up about 5 minutes ago. I don't know where Pat H is. Got to put the bat signal out. Talking about batarangs. But yeah, no. What good is that? You know what? That is a very good point. That is very valid. Very valid point for you, Rockin'.
Exactly. Give me playoff wins or regular season wins.
All right, so let's transition to playoff talk. You think this Giants team is a playoff team?
The way they're going right now, I think they barely missed it. To be honest, damn. I'm still trying. I still hope they get 84 wins, like I predicted.
You did predict that. Easy for you to remember because Rocket New Era 84, of course. Yeah. I can't remember.
Exactly.
Do you remember my prediction? Because I feel like the listeners might remember my prediction more than I can remember my own prediction. Do you remember my prediction? Do you remember what I said?
I think you went either 86 or 87. You're in that range. You were correct when you said you were in the mid to high 80s.
Yeah, I think I got to go back and listen to it, obviously. But I do think that I want to say I said 87. 87 feels right to me. I feel like that's where I probably would have been. 80, 87, 86 maybe too. I wouldn't have said 85. I
Sounds
wouldn't have said
about right.
85. Yeah.
Sounds about right. You sound white, boy. But yes, that sounds right.
All right.
86, 87, I'm pretty confident that's one of the two that you said.
Okay. All right. So you think they get to 84? So obviously that's not good enough for a playoff at this point. I mean, do we even?
I don't even know if they get to 84 right now. To be honest.
I mean, 84 might be difficult, man. 84 might be a hard one. But I mean, hell, even if they make it to 86, like on the low end of what I might have said, I don't even know if that's enough, dude. I mean, the playoff race right now. I mean, looking at it, obviously you got the Cubs, you got the Mets, and you got the Dodgers. And you know they're not too far removed from the National League West division. I think they're only like four games back from the Dodgers right now as it currently stands. But you look at the wild card, you got the Phillies, the Padres, who, I mean, the Giants still haven't beaten them this year, so that's not going to bode well for them down the stretch. They only got a couple more tries against them because of the flex schedule. And then you got the Cardinals of all teams, the surprise team of the National League, with the Cardinals sitting, they're currently half a game up on the San Francisco Giants. And you got the Brewers and you got the Diamondbacks. You figure the Diamondbacks are going to get a little bit better. The Reds might be a problem down the stretch. I mean, who knows? But the National League, man, the wild card race, it's gonna be a tough one to get into this year.
Is the wild card going to be this year's play-in team where all the teams are going to be bunched up and kind of fighting each other last week?
Yeah, I mean it's going to be interesting because if the Cardinals continue to play good ball, and I don't know if they're built for longevity. It might just be the early point of the season, right? But if they are, the Giants play the Cardinals, I believe, if my memory is correct. I think they played the Cardinals at the last week of the year. So I mean that could be a really huge matchup. But then they go. I was looking at it with Greg Silver. We were looking over the schedule in September. You know this, dude? They go Arizona, and I might be wrong, but as far as the order, but they go like in Arizona or against Arizona, against the Dodgers, in Arizona, in LA. Like it's 2 weeks of going against those two teams. That could really be detrimental to the Giants' playoff hopes in September if they're still in it at that point.
Yeah, I mean, at least the travel isn't that bad. It's like what, an hour and a half flight at the most.
It's not bad, but I mean, when you factor in the teams that they're going against, I mean, the Diamondbacks, and I mean, you know, the Giants dodged a bullet on Corbin Burns, right? I mean, with the elbow inflammation going on the IL a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
But then
Yep.
you figured the Dodgers are going to be better than what they are now, and they're already a pretty damn good team.
Yeah, I mean, who else? Who else knows who's gonna get hurt on that team? Because it seems like everyone pretty much goes down like every other week for them.
Yeah,
but
dude.
somehow they keep reloading somehow and keep winning.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, it's gonna be really interesting to see the Giants and the Dodgers. I mean, we haven't even played the Dodgers yet. And Dodgers coming up in a couple weeks, aren't they? Or don't we go down to LA in like 2 weeks or next weekend? I think is when they're in LA.
Is it next weekend?
I think it's
when do we face the Rockies?
The Rockies is right before they go to LA. So it's actually they got 4 against San Diego, 3 against Colorado at home. Or I'm sorry. No. That's wrong. 4 against 4 against San Diego, 3 against Atlanta. Then the off day on Monday. Then they go to Colorado for 3, and then they go to LA for 3.
Can we face the Rockies like 50 more times?
Oh, dude, my goodness. Well, here's the other flip side to it. We're gonna catch the Rockies when they're playing their hottest ball of the year. What the hell? What the hell's going on with that, dude? They won a series, and then the Giants are gonna go into Colorado. They're gonna lose that series, guarantee it.
Knowing our luck, we'll probably get swept by the Rockies.
Oh, yeah, don't throw that out there. Come on. I already feel shame for floating out there in the universe early on this week when I said that the that I was riffing with Greg Papa and Greg Silver, and I said, when we go out to the patio, because we'll be at the patio 58 Social tomorrow. I said, when we go out to the patio, will we be fighting off a 4-game sweep? And I instantly hated myself for thinking it and for voicing it, because now it might come true. It might, depending on how the game goes tonight, we might be fighting off a sweep tomorrow at the patio. I hate it.
Like Greg Papa, like say something like against that, like you're talking out of your mind, Walter. What are you talking about?
He absolutely said that. He said, what do you mean? You can't say that. You can't throw that in the universe. What is wrong with you, Walter? That's exactly what he said.
Don't be mussing things like my son Derek, Walter. Don't be like that.
Yeah, why are you so negative? Why your name should be Nancy for how negative you are, Walter. Yeah, you like that one, huh? You like that? Yeah. Oh, rocking, man. It's been fun, dude. It's been fun, 100%. I am glad to be back. It is. I hope I don't know if you guys miss me as much as I missed you guys, but it's definitely good to be back. Like I said, I'm not gonna do it every day. But I will be on here more frequently than I have been in the 2 months. How about that?
Yes, we did miss you, Walter. We did miss interacting with you. We missed chatting with you, even knowing we're hoping you were fine. We were hoping you were all good. Just you disappearing, we're concerned about you, to be honest. But we're glad you're good. We're glad you're back. And, yeah, we definitely got to meet up soon. I'll hit you up. Well, I told you when you'd be down to go to Del Cielo, so just let me know if you're down on that day.
Hey, I'm down. I think I have the date in mind. I think I saw it, and I think I'm free. So I'll double check it. I'll cross reference, but I should be good. I should be good on that date.
I just found your invitation right now. Shit. No.
Yeah, you never sent it. Oh, thank you, guy. I got you. I'm picking up what you're doing. I got you rocking.
It's right here in my hand. Damn. But there's no address.
Dude, all right, I'll tell you what. You give me that invitation when we meet at Del Cielo, and all's forgiven.
All right.
It can't be written in crayon though. It has to be a legit invitation, bro.
All right, sounds good.
He's like, oh shit, now I gotta go find one.
I have extra one.
Yeah,
I can do it. I can make it happen.
So now you're confessing you didn't have an invitation for me. Damn, Rockin', it hurts. Hurts my heart, bro.
You don't know. You don't know that.
All right, dude. We'll talk.
I have it here. I have it here with your name, and I need the address.
Oh, dude, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it when I see you at Del Cielo, dude. Really appreciate you calling in. It's a lot of fun. You think the Giants get it done tonight, real quick on the way out?
We have to. We have to get at least one right now.
Yeah. One run or one game? One thing at a time. One run, and then let's kind of build on that. Let's build on that a little bit.
One run would have been nice on Monday.
Yeah. Well, they probably still would have lost in 11, so it wouldn't have mattered.
You're probably right. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
But yes, let's start off with one win, and let's start with that and try to get a streak going.
All right, let's do it. Yeah, let's get a streak going like we are on Passion for the Pastime, bro. Right?
Remember, regular season games versus playoff games. I'd rather take a playoff win.
All right. Well, that's a good place to end it. Rockin'. Appreciate you calling in, bro. We'll talk soon, man.
All right, later, man. Appreciate it. Glad you're back, Walter.
All right, man. Good to be back. And that was Rockin' New Era for the phone call, the first one of the night. I do anticipate we're going to have more phone calls later into the night before we get on out of here. So we're not going to be out here too much longer. And look at that. I speak it into existence, and it shall happen. Let's go on out to the cruise line and speak with, of course, the namesake, AJ Cruz. What is up, AJ?
Walter, it's good to hear you. Good to hear Rocket again. And you know what? Rocky's just trying to be nice. It's actually my fault. Rockin' gave me the invite, and he slipped me yours too. But my dog fucked him up, so he ripped yours apart. And no, I'm not kidding, Walter. I'm not kidding. I swear to God. Like I got home and I put the invite on the coffee table. I haven't even opened it yet. I put it on the coffee table. I went to the bathroom. You know what usually happens. You go to the bathroom, you find a cool article, and about half hour later, your legs fall asleep, and then you get up, you hobble outside, and my fucking dog had chewed mine up. So, I mean, he chewed the corner of it. Luckily, I could still see everything, but yeah, man, your invite was toast, dude. So sorry, bro. I meant to tell Rocky, but I didn't have the heart to. So I just thought you just assumed that it got lost in the mail. We could blame the mailman, So sorry about that. That's my fault. I owe you a beer.
Well, at least it went to a good car. Are you getting back in the car again?
Oh, I'm in the car right now. This way you can hear me. I'm at the store going to grab something up, but I got to holler real quick. All right, and by the way, you got out of your pop impressions, you forgot one of the most important ones. Why are you taking phone calls in the podcast, Walter? My son Derek never takes phones. He doesn't have time for the nonsense. He's got to talk about football and other things all season that nobody cares about. Yeah. Only nice guy.
Yeah, he has to talk about the Raiders. That's what he has to talk about, Walter. He doesn't have time to take phone calls.
Hey, the way I see it, you don't trust anybody who doesn't root for the home team, Walter.
Oh, dude.
Last time I checked, we don't love them hoes. They don't live here no more. So. I mean,
about the Raiders. I thought you called Derek a hoe for a second. I thought.
Oh no, not Derek. Derek is not a hoe.
I was like, damn. You know what? A peek.
No.
A peek behind the curtain though, because you said hoes, and now this is jogging my memory.
Oh no, I'm talking about the silver whack all the way, silver whack all the way.
To peel back the curtain real quick, if you guys are watching KMBR on the YouTube stream, and now the board op room is on during the breaks, so you get a bigger shot of young Tony and John Joe Curley and all that. Anyways, when I first get in on the morning on KMBR on the stream, you might be able to see me dap these guys up, right? Every time I walk in, every single time, and no, without fail, I just go, I dap them up and I say, "Hose," and then I walk out. That's my welcome. That's my good morning mofo to the morning show. That's what I do.
Young Tony's still young. If anybody at the station is going to be a hoe, it'll probably be him. But curly fries, you gotta respect curly fries, babe. You gotta respect curly fries.
Oh yeah, you gotta respect curly fries. Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. He was limping around today too. He was like playing some football yesterday, which I don't know. Football in the middle of June on a Tuesday. That's a questionable thing right there. I need to ask more.
Yeah.
I need to ask more follow-up questions, John Joe. Actually, I don't know why I just like accepted it. Like, oh, okay, yeah, you're playing football on a Tuesday. I don't know why I just accepted it. I need to ask more questions.
You probably lost a bet, and that's the best time to stick somebody is during the week, so that when they go into work, they're all like, trying to limp through the weekend.
That's true.
That's true, he probably lost a bet, but don't hold it against him. He works hard. He works hard for his money. So
that's my guy.
I'm like some people.
Hey, you going to?
I'm like some people.
You going to the game tomorrow? You going to any of these games coming up?
Oh no, Walter. I'm a little bit too busy. I'm working in the South Bay now, so tomorrow's yeah. So tomorrow there's a little event at my wife's auntie's house for my father-in-law. He had passed a couple years ago, so I guess every year on the anniversary they get together and hang out. So I get to see my wife's cousins, and they're a fun bunch, man. So I love going and hanging out with them. So we're gonna be doing that tomorrow, and then. This weekend, kids party to go to. I'm thinking about going to see Maxwell over there at Cache Creek. So there's stuff happening. There's stuff happening, Walter. So no, I might not make it out this week. Maybe next week I might have a little more time. So I think I might try to sneak away, go to the park, get one of those ridiculous, oversized, overpriced crab sandwiches. So I can remind myself why. So I can remind myself why I would spend, even though I prefer shrimp better than shrimp first, crab next, and then lobster last. But if I'm going to pay the same price, I'm going to get me a nice big fat lobster roll instead of like a little funky ass crab sandwich. But it's been a while, so I think treat yourself, enjoy yourself.
Oh yeah,
so, but sure. Yeah, man.
Sure, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Giants, dude. Giants are making it rough, man. They're making it rough. But you know what you had said earlier about Posey, having a DFA homeboy. Hey, you know what? Those were the good old days when he was a player. He's not a player now. He has a different job, and sometimes you're not gonna. If you got to make an omelet, sometimes you got to break some eggs, and unfortunately, man, that's what you got to do. So Buster, I think by this move, he's showing that one, he's serious.
Mm-hmm.
Not he's just being a jerk just to be a jerk, just to prove he's in charge. But it's like if it's all about winning and the dudes ain't producing, got to get him out and roll with the new. So I'm okay with it. Ultimately, it's about getting back to the championship stage. And even as you were saying during that 100+ win season, we didn't go all the way, but it was fun. It was fun for a long, for the first time in a long time. And I think that's ultimately what it is, right? You just want to go out there, you want to enjoy yourself. And you can't do it if you're just not putting up any runs and you're stranded dudes on base. So hey, man, you got to do what you got to do. And I'm okay with it. And I'm going to pick up some rotisserie chicken and broccoli at the store because I'm gangster as Betty Crocker. So that's how I roll.
What are you making? You're just picking up the chicken and just going to serve it like that? Or are you going to throw it in a little pot? Or what are you going to do? What are you doing with the chicken, huh?
Oh, no. No, we have a big old tin of fettuccine Alfredo at home. My nephew graduated yesterday, so my sister bought some food, and then his buddy showed up and they killed off the ravioli, but there's still a lot of fettuccine left. So I came over to the store just to throw some chicken on it to jazz it up a little bit, and some broccoli. Maybe I'll catch myself an adult beverage. So yeah, we're just gonna lay low tonight. Maybe catch a little bit of the game. So but yeah, just wanted to call in, reiterate the Hat Man's sentiments. Man, yeah, we did miss you, and you know what, man, this is why it's my favorite show, because you're not talking at us, you're talking with us, and you invite us to call in, even if we're getting off topic and just shooting the breeze. Man, this is what it's all about. It's about building the community and interacting with the community. You can build it, but it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. So for that, we're here, whether it's like 10 minutes driving down the freeway in the wrong way like yesterday, or whether you're just chopping it up before the game. Whenever you're on, man, we'll pop on and we'll chop it up, and the Del Cielo will knock them back, and then we'll throw the empty beer bottles at Tacky in the parking lot. Make it fun.
Hell yeah, bro. You know what? Because we're upgrading the stream every day, right? I mean, with the capabilities of this, I'm doing it on my morning commute, which I might not do too often. You got, if I'm feeling passionate, maybe I'll do it, but I'll probably keep it a little bit more safe moving forward. But with the capabilities, I mean, hell, I might do it on BART. I might do it when I'm walking to the ballpark. I might do it in the hot tub. I mean, you never know. The possibilities are endless on this thing, dude. Yeah, it's gonna be incredible. We're gonna be doing a whole bunch of crazy shit on this podcast, man. So it's gonna be a fun ride. I definitely look forward to it. Just the capabilities of this thing. I mean, tomorrow, hell, we're gonna be doing it from 58 Social. We're gonna do it live on the patio, and I'm gonna have Greg Silver pop on a little bit before the 10 to 2 show. So we'll talk some Giants baseball there. Maybe get a little beverage, and then speaking of beverages, hey, maybe we do a show from Del Cielo. I'll have you and Rockin' pop on. I don't know. We never know. The possibilities of this is endless, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, man, I like the way you think, Walter, and that Giant Hot Tub podcast. You know what? That's I mean, that it could be. I could be the one episode that takes national. So, I mean,
yeah, dude.
International. So,
it's a party below the bubbles. It's a party below the bubbles. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
The only problem is once you get out of the hot tub, if the bubbles stop popping, well, there's something wrong, man. So I'm just saying, be careful before you let Tacky in there, because the brown water ain't cool, bro. Brown water ain't cool.
Oh, dude, yeah, no, 100%, man. No, yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a fun time. 100%. I look forward to it. And I'm glad to be back again. Like I keep reminding everybody, it's not going to be every day, but when we do it, it's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a good get together, and I look forward to it, man.
All right, sounds good. Well, let me let you get out. So have a nice evening. Go Giants, and remember, I was on the hot tub first, Walter. So
all right, bro. All right, dude. Have a good one later. Thanks for the call, man. All right, that was AJ Cruz. AJ Cruz going into. I didn't ask what store he's got. If he's getting a rotisserie chicken, I'm assuming he's going into Safeway. That's my guess. He's going into Safeway. Do they have rotisseries at Costco? Not sure. I've actually, dude. By the way, I mean we're talking about doing podcasts wherever the hell I am, dude. I got to do a podcast when I'm grilling some tri-tip. All right, because I had a good tri-tip while I was on my hiatus. Got it from Costco. It was freaking French kiss. It was chef kiss, not a French kiss, and not French kissing the tri-tip. A chef's kiss of a tri-tip that I got from Costco. That was the best tri-tip that I've ever had. It was delicious. So maybe I'll do a podcast outside when I'm grilling. You never know. That's why you got to set the notifications, hit the like button if you guys are enjoying the podcast. We're obviously going to get into some Giants baseball talk while we're doing all this, while we're having the fun shenanigans, while we get all these phone calls. But Smartin Final as well. Oh yeah, dude, I haven't been to a Smartin Final in a long time. Yeah, AJ, let us know really quick before you leave. Said right on, fellas. AJ, where are you getting the rotisserie chicken? We got to know what is going on. Fat A's, what's up, Fat A's? Good to see you in here. That was the crab sandwiches, $28. Shout out Buster Posey, number 28. That's too much. I'm not buying a. It's probably dry too. I still have not had a crab sandwich. Maybe I'll try one tomorrow. I'll be at the ballpark tomorrow. I'm not paying $28 though. I'm gonna go over there and try to hustle. Like, can I haggle for a crab sandwich? Like, could I get a half of a crab sandwich for $14? Like, would they allow that? I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to flash my credentials, see if I get any discounts. We'll have to see how we're able to do that. Fat A's. Let's go back to Fat A's. What time you doing play-by-play? Not doing play-by-play tonight. Maybe we'll do play-by-play one of these other nights. Who knows? If you guys are down with that, I'll do some play-by-play. I don't give a damn. We'll have a good time. But what's up, Fat A's? Good to see you in here. Dom, good to see you in here, Dom. Good to see you in the podcast. It's a fun time. It's a fun time tonight. We're just having a good time. We're just kicking it right before the Giants game kicking off here in just about 40 minutes, right? 6:05. The game starts at 6:45. So yeah, you should get it for free. The food, yeah. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if I get it for free. I don't want to pay $28. I'm not gonna do that. But if you guys want to send some cash to my to my Venmo and I do a review of the crab sandwich live tomorrow from the ballpark, maybe we'll do that. Send me some cash for the crab sandwich, and then we'll get one and I'll rate it live as I eat it. You guys can watch me eat the crab sandwich. All right, let's see. What's up, Tacky? Dude, Tacky came in and he left already. What's up, Tacky? Good to see you in here. I know you did miss me. I saw your messages. I know you missed me. Come on. What's up, Tacky? Good to see you in here and good to see you go. 100%. But all right, let's see what else we got going on here. IOUs good, Walter. Of course. I only pay in IOUs. Ask everyone in the dong pool, which, by the way, I do have the dong board. I'll have to show you guys the dong board at some point. You can see it kind of right here. Got the money. How much money people have won. We got Raph, Huey, Marcus. Got everybody on there. I'll show you guys at some point when we get into the dong. Which, by the way, the dong. Did I send that out already? Did everyone pick their dongs today? I ended up going with Fernando Tatis. Why that's allowed, I'll explain at a later date. But Derek, sure enough, was the first one to go with the San Diego Padres. He went with Manny Machado. So if Manny Machado hits a home run, you guys think of Derek immediately. But yeah, the first one off the board was Ramos. But Danny Dunn went with Big Dom, Dominic Smith. So that's that's the number 3 pick. My goodness, that's where we are on the Giants dong pool. We'll get into more of that. Yeah, the dong board. Hell yeah, you guys haven't heard of the dong board? You guys never heard it be referenced before on Dirty Work? I'm sure it's been referenced for sure with Greg Silver on Papa and Silver. Maybe on the morning show. I'm not sure if Marcus gets into it or dives into it a little bit. I would think Tony would. But yeah, the dong board. You guys got to know about the dong board. If you don't know about the dong board, I'll explain it on a later day. But yeah, man. So the Giants going at it against the San Diego Padres. Hell yeah, long dong it. Yeah, for sure. Oh, that was a good piece of water, oh, dude. Dasani, is Dasani the best bottled water out there? You guys like a Dasani? Not a fan of Arrowhead. Not a fan of Crystal Geyser. Not my thing. Kirkland's water. That's good water from Costco. You get the big bulk. Long duck dong. nice rocking. If you don't know, well, now you know. Hell yeah, Dom. Good to see you in here, man. Yeah, so the Giants taking on the Padres. It's going to be a fun one tonight. Hopefully they can get a victory. They are 0-4? Are they 0-4 now against the... Yeah, 2-2. Yeah, they're 0-4 against the Padres this year, but they have lost their last 7 against the San Diego Padres. That's not good. They gotta turn it around. Dasani is fancy? No, it's not. Dasani is not a fancy water. This is it fancy? Am I a bougie? Am I a bougie bitch right now? If I'm drinking a Dasani, it's good water. Oh my god. Alrighty. Let's see what else we got going on here. Okay, so we did talk about LaMonte Wade Jr. He got DFA'd. What does that mean for the Giants moving forward? I think it might, if you want to read between the lines, it might set a precedent for all these other guys and saying, if you are not producing, you will be elsewhere. You will be sent back to Sacramento. You will be DFA'd. I don't know if that is, something for Yaz. I mean, looking at the Giants' offensive production, looking at everyone, I mean, Tyler Fitzgerald, he's doing all right. Matt Chapman, he's not going anywhere. Wilmer Flores is probably the best offensive bat on the team currently. Jung-Hoo Lee, I don't think he's going anywhere, but he's been really sputtering as of late. Elliot Ramos hit the only home run yesterday, but he's kind of up and down. But as far as like bats, I would say he's probably the only one that is a all-star at this point. Him and Flores a little bit, but I don't know if Flores gets in as a DH. I mean, there's many other bats that can get in there on that. Willie Adames, he's not going to go anywhere. But I think it's just a precedent for everyone else that is on the team that is sticking around. But I think it might be something to look at with Mike Yastrzemski because he is a former teammate of Buster Posey. I know that he's a good clubhouse guy. Buster Posey loves him some Mike Yastrzemski, but also he loved him some LaMonte Wade Jr. So it's going to be really interesting to see the roster dynamic and how, like, if this wakes up the team a little bit. Like this is it's a big move. Christian Koss, how little he played and all that. He was if you guys remember when he made the 26-man roster, Giants guys in the clubhouse were crying. Like they were in tears. He was a huge point of motivation for this team. So the fact that he wasn't producing and he was sent down to AAA, I think maybe it sends shockwaves through especially some of these guys that are on the bubble, like a Casey Schmidt, like a Tyler Fitzgerald, who can get sent back down to Sacramento. So it's really interesting because, again, there are some guys that are fixtures that are going to be there, whether they do good, whether they do bad. I think Patrick Bailey, it's another interesting point looking to Patrick Bailey in that aspect. I don't think that he has anything to fear because I think that Buster Posey values him, like I was talking about the other night. I don't remember if it was the other night, if it was the other morning, or if it was Monday night that we were talking about it. But I think that Buster Posey has a value set on Patrick Bailey because of the defensive threat that he is behind the plate, and because of the way that he is able to manage a bullpen, the way that he is able to manage this starting rotation. I think that intangible in and of itself is enough for Patrick Bailey to stick around on this team. But it makes it harder, it makes it more difficult when all these other guys are not producing. That's why you see a Dominic Smith in this lineup tonight. That's why you see a 1-year major league contract be thrown out on June 4th. You know what I mean? Because Buster Posey understands that not only for Patrick Bailey's sake, but for Matt Chapman, for Willie Adames, for Jung-Hoo Lee, all these other guys who are pressing, they need the weight lifted off of their shoulders a little bit. And if you can get a flyer, if you can get a cheap contract, if you can get a lightning in the bottle type move with Dominic Smith, then it's all worth it at that point. But looking at what the Giants had with LaMonte Wade Jr., you knew that wasn't going to be the case. moving further into. I mean, it just wasn't in the cards for LaMonte Wade Jr. Can it happen somewhere else? Can it happen? Can he get DFA'd and show up in Sacramento and put it together and then come back in July and August and be this lightning bolt for the Giants? Of course. But right now, as the current course is and how it was laid out, it wasn't going to happen with LaMonte Wade Jr. at this current juncture. Can it happen later? Yes, but it wasn't going to happen now. There needed to be something to get shaken up 100%. So what does that mean for Bryce Eldridge too, right? I mean, it's kind of interesting that all of this lines up all together with Bryce Eldridge getting called up yesterday to AAA Sacramento, and he's not going to be in Sacramento for 3 weeks, I believe, because we were talking to Zach Beirudi on Monday. Then we had him on again today because of all the shakeup. Got some guys coming over from the AAA roster. They're going to be on the road for 3 weeks because of the major league. They needed them off the field to kind of reset things, I guess, for the Athletics, right? So they're not going to be in Sacramento for the next 3 weeks. Will Bryce Eldridge ever play a game in Sacramento? That's another thing. Like, what is the trajectory with Bryce Eldridge, especially looking at where we are with first base? I mean, you got Gerard Encarnacion, which, I mean, people ripping Gerard Encarnacion off of his first ABs. I mean, come on. He needs to establish his strike zone. We've talked about it before. He's kind of going through spring training right now on the fly because it's a necessity, because the Giants need some type of jolt of energy in the offense with the bat. And Gerard Encarnacion does have that capability, not of being the savior, but he does have the capability of putting the ball in play, of running into one. He does have legitimate power. So I'm not against that move at all, but I mean, everybody got to chill with Gerard Encarnacion. He's not going to come in here and be Babe Ruth, like right off the bat. I'm not saying he'll ever get to Babe Ruth or, to be Aaron Judge or to be a fierce, like a force to in the lineup. I'm not saying that at all, but he could take some of the stress off of these other guys that are pressing right now, that the offense is on their shoulders with Willy Adames, with Matt Chapman. He could maybe take some of that weight off if he's able to contribute a little bit, because we know all of the other contributors around that aren't Matt Chapman and Willy Adames. And I mean, they're not producing either, but we know everyone else in the lineup is not producing. So, I mean, you never know. Gerard Encarnacion, he can jolt some energy into this offense. But going back to the first base conversation with Bryce Eldridge, I mean, you look at, you got Gerard Encarnacion, you got Casey Schmidt. I mean, Marco Luciano's playing first base in Sacramento. He's not coming down, at least as of right now. But pretty much what I'm trying to say is the options at first base are extremely limited. They are extremely limited right now. So is there a chance that he goes out there and he and Bryce Eldridge, that he goes to Sacramento and he goes and produces and puts up numbers at a high offensive rate and he still doesn't get called up because his defense is behind? I think that is a possibility. I think that is something that Giants fans need to gear themselves for, because we all know the Pacific Coast League, where the Sacramento River Cats play, the numbers offensively are exaggerated. They are inflated to a point. But for him to see the competition, to see the AAA pitching, that's the main goal here, from what Buster Posey has said in his presser in the dugout earlier today, is that he wants him to get looks at higher level pitching, which is in AAA. So, I don't know if we're going to see Bryce Eldridge anytime soon. I mean, it's going to be interesting. I mean, if the Giants feel like they are a bat away, sure, you'll see him in July. But I would much rather have him kind of get seasoned in AAA and learn the glove, right? I mean, you hear the issues with first base, him defensively, right? We all know that he has issues defensively. He's working on them, and he's continuing to work on them, and he's a determined young man who is trying to right that ship, right? Trying to be a competent first baseman. It is not easy by any stretch. But when you hear guys like JT Snow, when you hear guys like Will Clark talking about his footwork and that he has high potential to be a serviceable first baseman in Major League Baseball, you got to trust their eye test, right? You got to trust that they know what Bryce Eldridge is capable of doing. Now, is he ready for that? Now, it seems like he isn't. Can he be ready for that in a couple of months? He could. Could he be ready for it in July? He could. I mean, you just don't know how quick he's going to pick things up. I think what Giants fans need to understand and what they need to realize with the potential of Bryce Eldridge, and I full-heartedly, I mean, I was talking to Zach Bay-Rudy today when we were connecting him on with Papa and Silver. Before and after the interview, I was just riffing with him. I was just like, hey, dude, your interviews or your home run calls is going to get a lot of run on KMBR because we are going to be watching every single at-bat. I did not check if Bryce Eldridge is in the lineup. I would assume that he is in the lineup. And when I talked to Zach Bay-Rudy, we had him on the podcast before. You guys remember play-by-play for the River Cats. The lineup card wasn't out yet. I haven't checked. He might be in the lineup tonight. He wasn't yesterday. He had just gotten there, but he should be in the lineup tonight in Sugar Land, Texas. But we're going to be watching every single at-bat of Bryce Eldridge, and we're going to be dissecting it. And in the PCL, he is going to hit for power. If he doesn't hit for power, that's a problem, but he will be hitting for power. There will be an adjustment period. There might be times where he strikes out a lot, but there will be when he gets right in AAA. And maybe that is in the back end of June, early part of July, where he's going to get going. And it's going to be hot in Sacramento. The ball is going to be flying out of the ballpark. But Giants fans have to temper their expectations. I have to temper my expectations because I'm going to go to Sacramento when he's in Sacramento, and I'm going to see these balls fly out, and I'm going to say, get him to third and king immediately. Get him there yesterday. That's what I'm going to be saying with Bryce Eldridge. But the thing is, you got to take that with a grain of salt because we know that his offensive output is going to be there. How is he defensively? How is he at first base? Because you don't want him to get called up to the big league club. You don't want him to be on the Giants team and then have to get sent back down because of his defensive deficiencies. You also don't want to call him up and just have him be a DH. He's too young for that. He needs to be out there. He needs to get into the rhythm of a game. You can't put him as a DH. That will, I think, hinder him as a big league ball player for the rest of his future. I mean, maybe I'm overstating it, but I just think that when you're out there as a DH, and we've heard it be said before with JT Snow and I think FP has even mentioned this, when you're a DH, you don't go out there and get into the rhythm of a game when you're playing the position. You're not feeling good about a ground ball that you fielded or a double play that you turned or you helped turned or pick off someone at first or making an incredible route in the outfield. You're not feeling the momentum of the game. You're literally thinking about your last at bat, and if it's a strikeout, you're going to be dwelling on it. You don't go out there and you don't have all these side distractions. So I think that's a bad move if the Giants were to bring him in here and be a DH. That is something that I don't think that they want to do, and I don't think the Giants fans should be calling for if he does go out there and produce at a high tick, which I believe that he will do in Sacramento with regularity when he gets up there and gets comfortable. So, again, you got to look at the defense. You got to look at what he can do as a first baseman, and you got to let him develop. You have to give him time because what the Giants have said and what I want them to stick by, regardless of how the season is going, if they are in the playoff race, then yes, it makes it a little different. If they are in the hunt for a wild card, it makes it a little different. If they are in the hunt for a NL West title, it makes it a little different. But I want the Giants to stand behind that they do not want to rush this kid because the time that he is called up is the only time that he goes from Sacramento to San Francisco if it isn't for an IL stint. He is going to come up, and when he comes up, he is here to stay. I want the Giants to stand behind that. I don't want them to backpedal because they're freaking out because their offense is not producing. I want them to really – I don't want them to do the Marco Luciano thing. I don't want them to do the Kyle Harrison thing. I don't want them to do the Joey Bart thing. I want them to really really take their time in evaluating Bryce Eldridge, find his deficiencies, fix it in AAA, fix it in minor leagues. For that, the time that he gets called up, he is a Giant. He will not be anywhere else, and that's the right way to do it, in my opinion, with your top prospect in the Major League Baseball. So, in your organization, by all means. Anyways, I am done. I am done preaching. I'm done preaching. I don't know if anybody else called when I was preaching on that. I don't think we got any more phone calls, so I'm gonna end it on here. I'm gonna end it here. The game is coming up here in about not 2 minutes. Coming up here in about 20 minutes. The Giants taking on the San Diego Padres. Hopefully, they can get some positive momentum going into tomorrow. Hopefully, they can get some positive momentum going into tomorrow because I do not want to eat my words. I do not want to have to face Greg Silver, Greg Papa, and say, hey, man, or maybe I'd say, hey, I told you so. I just own it. I told you so. We were going to fight off a sweep. Hopefully, they are able to come out victorious because if they continue, I mean, hell, we're talking about playoffs right now. We're talking about wild card. It's June 4th. But these games against the Padres and against the Dodgers in a couple of weeks, 10 days, they're huge because you don't have as many of them as you once did. You don't have those 19 games against the Rockies to save you anymore. You only have, I believe it's 11 against your division rivals. So they have to get it together. If it is 11, this will be game number 5. They're halfway done with the San Diego Padres, and they have yet to get a victory against this team. So they desperately need to get it done tonight. And maybe the shuffling of the roster, maybe the pep talk that Buster Posey gave them in the clubhouse earlier today, maybe that's a motivating factor. Maybe these guys go out there and score 5 runs tonight. We'll have to see. We'll see what they can do against Nick Pivetta, and we'll have to see what Kyle Harrison does. Kyle Harrison, again, he is a fastball pitcher. He's a 1-2 pitch guy, and I don't know if that bodes well against the San Diego Padres. You got to love that he's at home. You got to love that he's at Oracle Park and with the cool conditions, so maybe Mother Nature will be on his side in that regard. But, the Giants, I feel like they are going to have to score a lot more runs, obviously, than they have in the last couple of nights. But with Kyle Harrison on the mound, I don't think that 4 runs are going to get it done. I think they're going to have to go 5 or 6 tonight. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what they can end up doing. I mean, hell, we'll be happy with 1 and Kyle Harrison throws a gem. We'll have to see what ends up happening there. But really quickly, before I get on out, let's go out to the YouTube chat really quickly because I've been preaching for about 20 minutes. But let's see what else is going on with you guys before I get on out of here. You guys talking about Dasani. Dasani is AJ Fancy Water. Oh, dude, hell yeah. Let's see what else we got going on here. Not sure. Otis Bird, not sure. I see Yaz being let go, but I didn't think Wade would have been let go also. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you, Otis. I didn't think that we'd be seeing LaMonte Wade Jr. Be gone, honestly, because of the lack of positional depth that they have at first base, and the lack of lefties that they have in the organization, let alone at first base, right? So I'm right there with you. But if we saw LaMonte Wade Jr., if that happened, I mean, who knows where how far Buster is able to go with that. Again, Mike Yastrzemski might be a little bit more far-fetched, but if he continues not to produce, I mean, you're already paying Willy Adames to be the clubhouse guy. Can't have another guy out there in that same regard. So I'm just saying, let's see what else we got going on. Rockin' new era. Hopefully these new pickups help out with some hits. We need hits bad. More than a crackhead. Yeah, 100. The dude said beautifully by Rockin' new era. 100%. Let's see. Walter, you think Lamont gets picked up or clears waivers? I do not think that he gets picked up. I think that he clears waivers, and I think that he'll have a decision to make if he's going to go to Sacramento or if he will go elsewhere. I don't think that he will get picked up off of waivers, and I think that he'll clear them. Just to answer that question from Rockin'. What else we got going on? As long as they don't yo-yo him like Farhan regime, let Eldridge get his reps in AAA. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Otis Bird also agrees. Don't want Eldridge to get rushed up. If he comes up in September or sometime next year, I'm okay with that as well. Yeah, man. I mean, that's how I feel about the situation. I don't want him to be rushed because, I mean, his trajectory of where he ends up in this organization and where the organization currently is, I think that a lot of it rides on Bryce Eldridge. I mean, they got other pieces, and obviously you got other guys coming up through the minor leagues and all of that, draft picks, and they're probably a couple years away from having some type of pipeline under the Buster regime. But yeah, you don't want to mess this one up. You really don't want to mess this one up by any stretch. Let's see. Yeah, hopefully he crushes it in sack. Yeah, man, 100%. Let's see what else we got going on. Preach, Walt. Yeah, thank you, Dom. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I went full papa on you guys. Yeah, I went full papa on you guys right before I get on out of here. Less games against the Dodgers is not a bad thing, though. Yeah, but less games against the Rockies, that kind of sucks. But I hear you. You can't be can't have it all. Can't have it all. I'll say that. Less division games against the Rockies is unfortunate. There it is, Otis. Let's see what else we got going on here. Otis chiming in again. It is good. Every team is playing every team, but at the same time, I do kind of miss the old schedule. The Giants haven't played the Dodgers yet. Yeah, it's a weird one. It's a weird, like they don't play the Dodgers for the first time until next weekend, and then the first home series I think isn't until the last weekend before the All-Star break. Against it, that's just straight. That doesn't make sense. Like they need to play the Dodgers at least once in May. You know what I mean? Like at least once in June. Like I don't know, going all the way up until the All-Star break is the first time that you play the Dodgers at home. That just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like the baseball I know. Back in my day, I'm just not gonna get on another preach right there. At least Eldridge has a good eye with 2 walks. Oh, he had 2 walks today. Look at him. Look at him being a little bit hesitant, not giving Zach Beirudi the home run call that we're all desperately waiting to play on the sports leader. Anthony, good to see you in here again, Anthony. I saw you at the beginning of the show, and now I see you popping in here. Wasting good pitching. Yeah, I mean, are we talking about the last couple of nights, or are we talking about just the careers of some of these guys? Because if we're talking the careers, the big scheme of things, I don't think we're wasting them like the Pirates are wasting Paul Skeens. Obviously, I'm riffing. Paul Skeens is young, and he'll be around for quite some time. But yeah, as of late, yes, they have been wasting really, really, really good pitching outings from the starting pitchers, and hopefully it's not a repeat because. And my goodness, I didn't even talk about the other games. I'm gonna get on out of here, but we lived in repeat for the last 48 hours. We watched the same damn thing happen to Landon Roop and to Logan Webb, and they lost in the same fashion, in the same freaking way. It pissed me off. It really did piss me off, but it's all good. When you can't score, yeah, for sure, Anthony. Rocking, seriously, great outings by starters, go to waste as of late. Yeah, you can't keep it happening. Can't keep it happening. They got to get something going. That was something that Buster Posey also said, that we got to get going. We got to get going. He's like repeated it twice in the quote. So that Buster Posey is motivated. He wants to win, man. I mean, it's going to be really interesting to see how he adjusts from being a player, being a competitor, and being the president of baseball operations, to where, I mean, he wants to win. How obsessed will he be with winning when it gets down to it? If the Giants continue to go on this route, like, what does he do? Does he do anything drastic? Obviously, he has people in his ear that help him with these decisions. But just knowing that the competitor of Buster Posey, he's going to try to do everything that he can in his power to put a winning product on the field. You just know that from Buster Posey. Ghost runners are stupid. Yes, we will get into that on another day. We will 100% get in on that on another day. Rockies swept the Marlins. Look at that. Giants going into Colorado, and the Rockies are playing the hottest baseball that they have. Well, I'm going to end it there, you guys. First pitch coming up in about 10 minutes. Go ahead and watch the Giants take on the Padres. Hopefully they can get a win tonight. Kyle Harrison on the mound, and you got Nick Pivetta going for the San Diego Padres. The lineup for the Giants, before I get on out of here: Elliot Ramos batting first, batting leadoff; Jung-Hoo Lee batting second; Wilmer Flores batting third. Matt Chapman batting fourth. Dominic Smith batting fifth. Willie Adames ahead of Willie Adames, who is batting sixth. And I keep forgetting this guy's name, Daniel Johnson. Oh, look at that! They upgraded his picture. Earlier, it was a picture from the Baltimore Orioles. Now he has the San Francisco Giants hat on. And I forgot his name already. What was his name? Daniel Johnson. Daniel Johnson batting seventh. Patrick Bailey batting eighth, and Tyler Fitzgerald batting ninth. That is your lineup tonight for the San Francisco Giants taking on the San Diego Padres. Game 3 of the 4-game set. Giants have lost the first 2. Hopefully they can change how things have been going the last 2 nights. And my goodness, if we lose again in the same fashion that we have the last 2 nights, I might not show up at 58 Social. We'll just say that. But you guys have a good one. Be safe. Enjoy tonight's game. Again, we will be live tomorrow, live from 58 Social. Probably have Greg Silver on, maybe have Greg Papa on. We'll have to see how all the time restrictions go. But we will be live at some point around 9 o'clock. Set your notifications. Set your alarm clocks, whatever you need to do to get ready for some Giants day baseball. Again, tomorrow, Robbie Ray against Dylan Cease. Should be a phenomenal pitching matchup at Third and King tomorrow for some day baseball. So you guys have a good one. Be safe. I will talk to you tomorrow live from the patio around 9 o'clock. Check the stream. We'll be there. And Greg Silver will be popping by as well. You guys have a good one. Be safe. And until then, go Giants.